Hello, and thank you for joining us today on the Gentle Art of Crushing It show, where we focus on learning and sharing with our listeners all there is to know about how to create success in our lives. This show stands on the shoulders of giants. Our mission is to empower and inspire our listeners to create the life of their dreams whilst having a blast in the process. Let's celebrate life together. Welcome to the show.
Well, hello there, and thank you so much for joining me on this episode of The Gentle Art of Crushing It. In today's episode, we're really going to talk about success mindset, okay? And so I'm going to cover three topics. The first one is who am I, right? Two, we're going to talk about success mindset / abundance mindset, and then the opposite of that. And then the third thing, we're going to talk a bit about one of our past guests, Sam Prim, and his, amazing success. Okay, so who am I? My name is Doug Clark, founder of the Gentle Art of Crushing It, one of the hosts here and of the Gentle Art of Crushing It. I am a real estate investor. I'm, married to an amazing woman. We've got 6 children. And so really living the dream in a lot of ways. But yeah, I'm fairly a newbie to real estate investing. So we have 3 single family residents and then 1 piece of land. We're working on closing on a multifamily 24 unit. Then we're working on closing a couple more multifamilies down the road in the pretty near future, potentially. So that's what we're working on. And so that's a little bit about me. Well, let me tell you a little bit more. So I am very interested in learning about success mindset. I have been on this journey of learning, about how to go from a scarcity or a, non-success mindset to an abundance / success mindset for decades now. And so with that being said, what I have discovered is that there are a lot of times when people will say, you'll hear people being interviewed and they will go, like, how were you able to make this massive, shift in your business or shift in life? And they'll go, oh, it's mindset. That's always been frustrating to me because they're not actually clarifying or they're not deep diving into why that is. However, I understand that's the point. So let's talk about it. A mindset shift. Okay. It's literally, we're just talking about a decision. Okay. And sometimes we have to recommit to those decisions. So with that being said, like, for example, let's talk about, money. All right. So in the past where I would have pinched pennies and I still watch my budget, I am not as awesome of a budgeter, if that's a word, as, Derek Felch, my friend, is maybe, but, or Dave Ramsey. However, with that being said, I'm still careful with my money. Okay. I'm not saying go blow your money, but like, I am saying where I used to drive across town 4 or 5 miles or maybe even more in traffic to save like 3 cents on a gallon of gas, or spend maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes longer in the grocery store than I had to because I'm trying to find the best deal. That's no longer the case. And so basically what you happen for me, this is my revelation through all of this study on abundance mindset versus scarcity. The revelation is this. So when we are in fear, as human beings, we have the tendency to shrink up, to go inside, to hold our breath, for example, or to start breathing more shallow. Now, the reason we're doing that is because we're constricting. We're going to constriction. That's what scarcity mindset is, especially like a great indicator of that is money in our relationship with it. Okay. So, like, if we are trying to save 3 cents on a gallon of gas and we're driving 10 miles, we're actually, we're really trying to basically treating ourselves as if we're less than, right? Or we're sort of like teetering on the level of abusing ourselves. Okay. So what would abundance say? The flip side of that, abundance would say, my time is valuable. Okay. My automobile, I want it running well. I'm going to put the best quality gas in it. I'm not going to drive another 10, 15 minutes. I see a gas station here. I'm not too concerned about the price because it's all fairly relative. I'm going to put the best gas into my vehicle because I want to treat my vehicle well. I deserve to have a well running, well kept vehicle. I deserve to be able to spend a little bit more on gas. Now, with that being said, we're also that's abundance mindset. With an abundance mindset, we're always choosing, we're going the amount of, and I learned this from Jason Drees, and this is so awesome. And we think of it like this: the amount of money that is in our bank account now is not the amount of money we're going to have in our bank account for the rest of our life, right? It's really pretty ridiculous, but we kind of do this, or I should say, I used to do this in my past, and I'll catch myself doing it. This is part of a mindset shift, as you have to keep continually choosing the new mindset shift. Okay, so the amount of money that's in my bank account now is far less than what's going to be in the future, because I am choosing, look at this awesome project. I am choosing, look at this awesome business. This is going to bring in this much. I am choosing, and I'm allowing myself to believe that this is going to happen. I'm working with teams on making this happen. Okay, so if you kind of look at your bank account, just I'll touch on this and then we can move forward to my sort of last point on this video slash podcast. Um, Look at your bank account sort of like you can look at it two ways, okay? Sort of like a dam, right? Or versus the Dead Sea. All right. So, to my understanding, the Dead Sea, the water flows into it. It doesn't flow past it. It just fills in there. That that water is so thick with, I think, a salt that you can like literally float on it without trying. It kills everything in it. Okay, so that's not what our bank account is meant to be. We're not meant to hoard money. This is a horribly bad idea, because money loses value. If you just saving money cash in your, under your mattress or in your bank account, you're losing money. Okay, you take into consideration inflation, right? That's going to eat up a lot of it. Not to mention, hey, if we are investing that money into an asset, even land, which is a fairly safe investment in a lot of areas, just as an example, that land will increase over time. Even certain cars, I know for the most part, you buy a car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it's losing like a good amount of its value immediately. But we'll talk about a 1995 Porsche 911, for example. If you get one that's in pretty good shape and you buy that outright, it's going to increase in value just over time. If it comes down, it guaranteed will continue increasing in value. It's just a point of where you can put your money, where it will grow, land, and then the 911 again, as an example. And these are much better than it actually being in your bank account. And the bank account comes from fear. So back to the Dead Sea story, okay? So if we are hoarding our money, if we're just stashing our cash and that's it, literally, we're not investing it, the money isn't flowing out on the other end. So that's the Dead Sea example. The other example would be the dam example. Okay, so our money is getting bigger and bigger. We're stashing it, and on the other side, it's flowing. It's actually going through, different mechanisms that will actually create electricity. So it's producing the electricity that is actually money. That's why I love this dam. Okay, so they're selling the electricity, green energy, right? And they're earning money off of that. But then the money keeps flowing on the other side, and the money continues flowing. That's what it has to be doing. We cannot hold on to all of our money. It's not healthy for us. Okay, so that's my second point. And so just so passionate, and I love this stuff so much. Literally, I could talk for hours. Okay, so now here's the last point. Sam Prim was a previous guest who my friend Nathan Murith interviewed. He did an amazing job. I absolutely love Nathan and absolutely love Sam, because what he's been able to create in his life, I believe the business that he created, he's from the Midwest. He talks about having a scarcity mindset, or even just kind of raised in a scarcity mindset as a child, by being able to buy one pair of shoes, per year, and so, but his business that he's created now, and it's got multiple businesses. I think he's got like multiple millions of followers on the different social media platforms. But yeah, his business is worth about 45. It's got $45 million worth of assets under management. I believe this is approximate. Just this amazing, huge success story. He talks in that podcast, which is the name of the podcast is Sam Prim, Normal Guy from the Midwest to Millions in Real Estate. And I think it's episode approximately, oh goodness gracious, I can't even see here. I should have my glasses on. So it's approximately episode 32. Okay, so you can check that out on the General Art of Crushing It. I absolutely, would encourage you to do so. I'd also encourage you to begin to follow Sam Prim. But he talks about how now, when he is let go of the worry of money, money flows more freely to him. That's the whole point, right? We're talking about letting go of our fear, looking at abundance, looking at our dreams. A deep breath of abundance in, a deep breath of relief, letting go of the constriction. The flow of life wants to continue to grow. What's that line from Jurassic Park? Life will find a way. As long as we're not constricting it, right? And so, to paint an ugly picture, I would say constricting fear, of our money, of our dreams, is literally death. That's death of our dreams, death of our money. And so I'm gonna wrap it up there. Please check out that episode. Sam Prim, normal guy, from the Midwest to millions in real estate. Amazing guy, an amazing interview. Again, by my awesome friend Nathan Murith. And outside of that, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for listening / watching another episode of The Gentle Art of Crushing It. Please, make this life magnificent. Dream huge. You deserve it.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of The Gentle Art of Crushing It. It was an amazing episode. We know we sure learned a lot, and we hope you did as well. We want to take a second and thank you so much for viewing or listening to this episode. And please just know that we only ask for one favor, and that is to make this life magnificent. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.